In Fuck That Shit news.
Fuck that shit.
Motherfuck that shit, bitch.
Fudge it.
Fuck that shit. Especially this one. Fuck that shit.
No. Submitted by Hannah Lucina. I think I pronounced that right.
It's a real name.
First and last. Cool.
Hi.
A woman's eye infection turned out to be something far more disgusting. What is it?
Oh no, is it a cockroach? Is it a bug? Is it a spider? Is it eggs?
Oh no. Is it a fucking bee?
It's insects. Oh, it's a bee. It's bees that were feeding off her tears, isn't it?
Bees.
Yeah, it was. I read
Feeding
about this.
off her tears?
I read about this too.
What the Is that inside?
Why are they stuck in there?
They feed off of her tears.
Why?
Yeah, wait. Are they're
Are they making her cry a lot?
They're in her tear ducts.
This chick's like, I watch so many rom-coms and these bees are like, oh yeah.
Oh God.
She must have sweet tears.
This was a Taiwanese woman, and she had this like eye infection thing. Like she just had severe pain in her eye, and she
How
also
the fuck does she not know she had bees in there?
They're pretty big, aren't they?
She has a loud air conditioner.
And shit, dude.
This is the kind of thing that makes me not want to be a person anymore.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
I know.
I just want to crumble into the earth.
This is so crazy. So she's 29. She went to the hospital and they found these bees feeding on her tear ducts under her swollen eyelids.
They got stuck in there?
So what happened is she was tidying a relative's grave with her family. So she was squatting down, pulling out weeds. And so these types of bees, they nest near graves and fall in trees.
Fucking my eyes itchy, dude.
I know, it's just like,
And then what happened?
So that's how they got in. So she assumed that it was sand or some kind of dirt that had gotten
It was
into her
bee
eye.
larvae.
Oh, right. They were born in her eyes.
Oh.
Well, they didn't say that, but they were just saying that it was just the bees.
They're small. They had to be small.
Yeah, because they're big fuckers.
Yeah, if a bunch of them went in all at once, you would know that there was a bunch of them.
So they
but-
just tweezered it out?
The doctor said that he looked under a microscope and saw insect legs. Slowly, one at a time, without damaging the bodies, pulled them out.
Without damaging.
I would have punched her eyes.
They're called sweat bees.
Oh, those. They like buzz around your arms and shit, trying to suck up your sweat. Okay.
Yeah.
So they wanted to pull them out intact so they didn't have a bunch
How
of little
big
body
are
parts in
they?
there.
They look like ant
I
size.
don't know. Yeah, they look like an ant.
Yeah. Cause you gotta zoom in like a motherfucker.
My eyes hurt.
Oh my god.
That's nasty. You know what I saw this morning? It was so gross. You know that fucking worm, worm that looks like a lotus seed? Ooh.
Thank you.
What does a lotus seed look like?
It looks disgusting. If you have that phobia of like that honeycomb looking thing.
Oh, trypophobia or?
Trypophobia. Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
see this shit, but it's that there's a worm that grows on doggies and animals, and then they literally look like that. And you got to push them out, like big white-heads or blackheads.
Did you see them on your dogs?
No, oh hell no.
I
My
think a
dogs
lot
are
of
clean.
puppies have those when they're.
But I was scrolling through the Instagrams, and then someone had it, and I was like, I'm gonna unfollow you, dude. I was like, why the fuck would you do such a thing?
Dude, on Insta stories sometimes I'm like, okay, this is not a fucking blog, dude, or vlog. Like, what the fuck is with people doing 50 Instagram stories? I'm like, bro, and they're just like talking the whole
They were gonna say
time.
that you saw an insect on someone's story.
No, I just was inspired by what Joe just said, and I get pissed off
Ever
about it.
since the Instagram stories lets you continue recording, and they've gotten longer.
How come mine doesn't do that?
It should.
Update?
Did you update that?
Yeah, maybe you haven't.
Sometimes I get stuck on somebody's thing, so I have to push it on everyone, and then they just.
No, you could just swipe. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you
You
can
didn't
skip.
know about that, you old man?
I didn't know.
This whole time.
I didn't know the shit. So, okay, so this one person does it like, I'm not even kidding, like 75
Yeah, you
times.
just scroll. You just swipe it.
Yeah, you swipe and it goes to the next person.
I turned my phone off before.
If you swipe up, the whole thing goes
I'm like,
away.
oh no.
Yeah, if you swipe up, the whole thing goes away.
Because I will usually watch like a friend's, and then usually it's like very quick, and then it goes to the next person's, and I'm like, oh no, it's this person again, shit.
Why don't you just click on the X to get out?
I usually double tap the thing, and then I swipe up Instagram, shut Instagram down, but then when I reopen it, it opens the same fucking thing up, and I'm like, god damn it.
No.
You're doing it all wrong.
I didn't know. Thank you guys. I didn't know this shit.
That's funny.
I don't usually watch stories, but the two people that I make it a point to go look at their stories because they're so entertaining is Bretman
Nikki
Rock
and Steve.
and Nikki.
Oh, really?
Bretman Rock and Nikki.
Shut up! Oh, I was
Those
just
are
kidding.
so fucking entertaining. You're so funny, dude.
Who's Brett Man Rock?
He's like a makeup guy.
Okay.
He lives out in Hawaii.
He's a gay Hawaiian boy,
Oh, he's Hawaiian?
but he does funny like videos.
Yeah, I love his stories.
He's pretty pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he entertains the shit out of me, and so does Nikki.
Yeah, I like
I'm so
Nikki's.
flattered. Tiffany made my whole
I'm
day.
like, she's my friend. Go check out her stories.
I do random stories.
I love it.
It's me with my stickers, me with my grasshopper.
Yeah, you get a slice of the sitcom life that
Yeah,
I
you
live.
do get a slice of the sitcom.
You know, I
life.
forget that stories exist, and then I get bummed out if I miss out one of your stories. I'm like, dang it, she talked about a grasshopper. I didn't see that. But yeah, they're
Gotta check the
entertaining.
highlights. Yeah.
You have a grasshopper highlight?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god.
And I have a sticker highlight, and I have a plant highlight.
She's fun.
I love plants.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Plants are awesome.
Dude, Bart's Instagram is just every day he's fighting in the morning, and then every day he's showing clothes in the afternoon, and then every day he's with Taika at night. It's like every day. It's like a routine. I feel like I'm part of his
I
life.
didn't even know Bart had an Instagram stories.
No. He's
No,
on.
his
He does
posts.
Instagram video
Oh, the post. Yeah,
on
yeah.
his posts, and I'm like, man, Bart's got like this fucking routine down pat, dude.
He is a man of routine.
Do you post any stories?
miss.
No, very seldom.
Mine is just watching Leia, and I share with everyone. I just watch her, and then I let everyone else watch her, and
I
I'm
like those.
You watch her through the screen, or do you watch her in real life?
I watch her through the screen because I want to capture it and I want to share it with everyone.
I like the way she fake cries.
Yeah.
She fake cries to get her way.
Yeah.
I just like watching kids move their fucking faces around like they're just learning how to use them. Yeah,
I
it's
like
so
it when
funny.
they're really little and they don't know how to support their head
Yeah, it's so good.
or like their hands.
I know. I got so bummed when Taika learned how to control his own head. I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah, he's not a bobblehead anymore.
It's like day 2.
There's a big subreddit that's called Kids Falling. It's like r/kids falling. It's just a bunch of little kids just falling on their
I
faces.
love.
I gotta see that.
I need kids and adorable babies in costumes falling.
Yeah.
With a big lion costume and falling, I just fucking would die. I'd cry laughing.
They
on
have
it.
rubber bones still, so it doesn't even hurt
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
They could get run over by a whole like semi truck and they'll be fine.
Did they test that? It's fucking MIT.
I saw Pet Cemetery, and that didn't happen that way.
No, I mean I'm obviously exaggerating, but their statistics show that if like a little kid that because their bones are so malleable, like they can survive.
That's why we gotta harvest those bones. We gotta harvest those bones and put them in our faces so we stay forever young.
Damn.
It's always funny when they like look at you after something bad happens because if they'll react on how you react. So it's like,
exactly.
oh my god, I should cry now because you're freaking out.
Yeah, I actually learned to not do that immediately through my son when he was a baby. Like he would immediately, I can't help it. So I'd be like, and he'd be like, ah! And so I'd be like, oh shit, I can't do that. So then if he falls, I'd be like, you're okay, let's go, you're good.
What about if you start laughing at them?
I do that sometimes so she can laugh.
What, she laughs?
Yeah, she'll get up, and then a lot of times I don't say anything because I just want her to get up and make sure it's like not a big deal. And then Christina goes, "Go comfort her."
My dad would get mad at whatever hurt me. Like, let's say I ran into the table.
That's an Asian dad.
He'd be like, I'd start crying. He'd be like, who hurt you? And I'd be like, the table. And then he'd be like, that table, that table. And then I laugh at him reprimanding the table, and it would distract me.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I have an aunt that did that. Cute.
I just got in trouble for getting hurt.
Dude, Nikki has fucking memories from when she's a baby and shit.
I do.
And it's like
How
vivid.
far back a memory do you
Three.
have?
2 is my earliest memory, but there's only 1 memory of that.
Me too.
I have one memory as a baby.
Yeah?
And,
A baby
and then
baby?
I told my parents this memory, and they're like, "That's the first day I brought you back from the hospital."
What's the memory?
I was on the couch crying, and there was a table layout with fish and stuff like that. And I told them this story, and they pulled out the picture, and they said, "That was the moment you did that." And I'm all like, "How is that even medically possible?" And then there's another time.
That's what I was thinking.
It could be, but there's another time when I remember I had this dream of a flashback. I was crying in bed, sad as fuck, and then I was in my first house that I was living in, and I remember everything, the feeling, and then they told me that, oh yeah, that actually happened, but there's no picture for it. But it described everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Because that happened to me when I saw my baptism video. I kind of like incepted that in my mind and
Yeah.
feel like I remember being there, but obviously I don't.
Yeah.
I was a year old.
There's this one memory of my first birthday that I don't know if it was because of the picture and then I incepted it
Yeah.
or if it's an actual memory anymore. because I feel like it's a memory, but then I don't know.
Yeah. No, my second birthday though, I clearly remember being in that moment. And then I saw a photo of it later and I'm like, oh shit, I remember that day. I can't believe I was turning 2 because it was my birthday. But I didn't know how old I was.
It was triggering a memory that you actually had of that event, right? Because then that photo can write out the rest of the day.
Yeah, but I had thought about that memory before coming across that photo. Or at least I thought.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. Like maybe you saw the photo before.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Batman 1989 in the theaters when it came out, and then I remember my dad took me and my mom, and they took me and bought a Batman cape. And I looked at myself in the mirror in the costume store, and I was like, holy shit, I look exactly like fucking Batman. And it's the shittiest little fucking cape, you know what I mean? But I was like, I look exactly like fucking Batman. There's no difference between me and my fucking Batman. It was
But you were
amazing.
like 4.
Yeah, I was like 4 years old. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have that kind of imagination.
Yeah.
You know, I have this other memory too, which is kind of fucked up. But I remember standing in front of a mirror and like tripping balls.
Really?
Fucking tripping out. Like everything was distorted and everything. Like I felt weird. And I was like, I had to be younger than 5 because at that place we moved out when I was 5. And so I don't know, I had this theory that maybe I got into some drugs that I wasn't supposed to get into.
You're just eating shit in the yard, maybe? Had some fertilizer or something?
Damn.
The night my brother was born, I was staying at my aunt babysat me so that my parents could be at the hospital, so that my mom could give birth to my brother. And they had the big like closet mirrors, you know, like the mirrors that
The
are
sliding
the
mirrors?
sliding wood. And I couldn't sleep because I swore there was a tarantula crawling up the mirror every time like my aunt turned out the light. And then she turned on the light and it wouldn't be there. And then like I'm like, I swear it was there, I just saw it, and then she turned off the light and it would start crawling out again. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I was crying, I couldn't sleep, and I still vividly remember like definitely seeing like the tarantula and then its reflection in the mirror.
And you were awake when this?
Yeah.
I used to have something like that. Like when I was a kid, every time I was gonna get sick, I would wake up in bed and I'll go down the stairs and I wouldn't make it down the stairs. I'll be sitting on top and all these spiders would start trickling in and cover my entire like frame of just view.
What the fuck?
Shit.
And then that's when I knew fever's coming. Every fucking time, dude, when I was a little kid. This is like elementary school.
Fever?
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. And
It's
then I would
sleep
get
paralysis.
Damn, I didn't know there were fucking spider spirits.
I don't know. That was the only time ever that ever happened. It was just, I remember it was the night my brother was born.
Whoa.
He was a spider.
He was a fucking spider.
He was in my shit.
He is a cancer, which is like a crab, which is like a spider.
Oh, I love crabs. They are so delicious.
When I was 5, I remember I had a dream where I was getting hit over and over by football players. And I remember I was in Japan, so I didn't like even know what football was. I had probably just seen it, but like I was just like, why are these like big Jersey men like hitting me? And I was getting hit back and forth, and I was like,
Maybe in your
dying.
past life, you're a famous football player that died
Yeah, bro.
in a
That's how I
football
died.
accident.
But I was like
Broody.
dying, like literally, and then I wake up. And I wasn't in my bed. I was getting carried by my dad, and I was outside, and I was like, Dad, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, oh, you have like the craziest fever. We're taking you to the emergency
fuck.
room right now.
Whoa.
And I was like, whoa. And it was later that I was like, oh, those were football players that were hitting me on the field.
Those are the best times when you wake up and your parents are carrying you.
I miss that.
I used to sleep in my parents' bed on purpose and not go to my room just so they could carry me back.
I used to pretend to fall asleep in the car.
Me too. In the car.
Just so they could hold you, right?
So they carry me inside. Yeah.
That's the best shit ever.
I didn't like that shit.
I
I
love
loved when my dad carried me like
You're
that.
probably an 8-foot child. That's
They were like, fuck you.
That's true.